Every year, millions of Americans spend hours of their lives watching TV instead of reading books. Since this is par for the course nowadays, claiming that you've read a book is a great way to impress women. They'll think you're smart and maybe even sensitive. Here are the top 10 books to pretend you've read so you can impress women. Number 10. The Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad is a novel by American author Colson Whitehead that tells the story of Cora and Caesar, two slaves who make a bid for freedom from their Georgia plantations by following the Underground Railroad. Even if she isn't familiar with the novel itself, your date will certainly understand the basic idea of the book just from the title alone, meaning she probably won't ask you too many questions about it when you claim that you read this book over dinner. Number 9. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Low-Carb Meals. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Low-Carb Meals is a fantastic cooking book that, for whatever reason, is marketed to people who pride themselves on being stupid. Only a book like this makes you seem humble and ready to rumble. Not only do you recognize you aren't the smartest tool in the shed, but you're interested in cooking and trying to move your life ahead. So plan a dinner date with your mate, cook her a meal, make sure it isn't veal, and get ready to seal the deal. This book is so charming, she won't know your intentions aren't real. Number 8. The Omnivore's Dilemma. In this 2006 nonfiction book, author Michael Pollan analyzes the food chains that we live by and critiques the American way of eating. While the book isn't bad, it's an incredibly boring read if you aren't interested in this sort of subject matter. Just keep this one on your bookshelf. If it turns out that she's read the book and tries to talk to you about it, just agree with everything she says and say something about how terrible corn is. Number 7. Alexander Hamilton. Ron Chernow wrote this biography about founding father Alexander Hamilton, and it became so popular that it was later created into a musical. Place a copy on your couch so that she stumbles upon it naturally. Everyone knows that getting through a biography is always a tough read, and right now this one is as hot as a flaming steed. Just memorize a few facts from the wiki page and you should be set. Your date will be fascinated, and that you can bet. Number 6. Don Quixote. Don Quixote follows the adventures of an insane man who is determined to revive chivalry and bring justice to the world under the moniker Don Quixote de la Mancha. The best way to brag about reading this Spanish novel is by doing something chivalrous for your date, like holding a door open for her and then making a non sequitur remark about how you're a great guy but you're no Don Quixote. If she catches the reference, which is hard to miss, you'll probably get a goodnight kiss. Number 5. Great Expectations. Written by a man with a hilarious last name, Great Expectations is the 13th and penultimate novel by Charles Dickens. The story follows the personal growth and development of an orphan named Pip. So if you think she knows the tale, yet wants to bail, try this one last trick that works without fail. Just look her in the eyes and say, "Please sir, I want some more." If she doesn't shut the door, you might just get some more. Number 4. The Count of Monte Cristo. This adventure novel by Alexander Dumas follows the revenge of a man wrongfully imprisoned for a crime he did not commit. A book this big would take a while to finish. Luckily, there's a great movie version you can watch with your date instead. You can easily get away with pretending you've read this one. Just try not to act surprised during certain scenes, and occasionally whisper with a disappointing look, "They did that scene better, I think, in the book." Number 3. What to expect when you're expecting. Women love a man who can plan ahead, and what better thing to plan ahead for than for the birth of your future children. Be sure to bring this book with you on your first date to show that you're absolutely serious about this. It also isn't a bad idea to bring a list of potential baby names to run by her. Number 2. Infinite Jest. Infinite Jest is a 1996 novel by author David Foster Wallace, and good God, look at the size of this thing. The novel includes 388 endnotes that cap almost 1,000 pages of prose, which together with its detailed fictional world have led to its categorization as an encyclopedic novel. Be sure to keep a copy of this on your nightstand. If your lady asks you what it's about, just make something up. No one's ever read this book all the way through, including the author, so she can't call you out. Number 1. Jurassic Park. This cautionary tale about genetic engineering is known by nearly everyone thanks to the movie adaptation. Try to subtly bring it up in conversation by talking about dinosaurs. If she brings up the movie, quickly interject that the book was way better. She won't disagree. When it comes to appearing cool or interesting, no one ever says that the movie version of something is better than the book.